Good morning, I'm Tamara Shoemaker. So throughout my house, I have reminders of various places that are important to me. Souvenirs from different places that I've been, either with my family or by myself. So like for instance, in our living room, we've got an Irish drum hanging on the wall that we had picked up in Galway, Ireland. In our shadow box, we've got a Venetian glass octopus that we had picked up from Venice, Italy when we were there. Our whole entire fridge in the kitchen is covered over with magnets from various places. You get the idea. So on the wall in our hallway hangs a small Thomas Kincaid print of a stone dwelling place with lit up windows next to a lake. Thomas Kincaid, he's a painter of light. And underneath that picture is a Bible verse that's scripted out with the in the matte frame. And it says, "But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord," from Joshua 24:15. And what a fitting end to the book of Joshua, right into Joshua's life spent entirely in the service of the Lord. Human like the rest of us, he must have had a list of mistakes that he wanted to forget. But we're only ever told about one of them, his failure to check with the Lord before agreeing to his covenant with the Gibeonites. That's from Joshua chapter 9. I wrote my blog post about it at that time. So this man is a very strong leader. He's an admirable leader. He's somebody we can really respect. He's a leader not only of the Israelite nation, but of his own family, of his own household. He led his family in the worship and the service of the Lord. And from his place at the head of the Israelite nation, he issues this challenge in the final chapter of Joshua. And just before his death, he issues this challenge to the people. He says, "But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods of your forefathers served beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. But as for me and as for my household, we will serve the Lord." And the people responded back, "Far be it from us to forsake the Lord to serve other gods. We too will serve the Lord because he is our God." What follows is a covenant-like exchange among the people where they reiterate to Joshua their devotion to the Lord and where they remember their identity as the chosen people of God. And then this verse gives us the setting, which is really important. On that day, Joshua made a covenant for the people. There at Shechem, he drew up for them decrees and laws. And Joshua recorded these things in the book of the law of God. Then he took a large stone and he set it up there under the oak tree near the holy place of the Lord. "See," he said to all the people, "this stone will be a witness against us. It has heard all the words the Lord has said to us. It will be a witness against you if you are untrue to your God." It's from Joshua 24:25-27. And if you walk away from this post thinking, that this last chapter of Joshua is about a hearing rock, you've entirely missed the point. So let's not go there. First, look at the setting. It's really cool. Okay, he took a large stone. Joshua took a large stone. He set it up there under the oak tree near the holy place of the Lord. What's so significant about that? If you flip back to Genesis chapter 12, verses 6 and 7, it says, "Abram traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of Morah at Shechem. At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, 'To your offspring I will give this land.' So Abram built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him." I love bookends. Guys, I love them. It's the sweet spot of a story. It's where the story comes full circle, right? Comes back to where it started. So the bookend to the left, Abram comes to the great tree at Shechem, and he receives God's promise that his descendants will inherit the land. What a holy meeting place between himself and God, right? What great hope came with this promise. The bookend to the right, Joshua meets with the Israelite nation, all of whom could call Abraham their ancestor, at the great tree at Shechem, to acknowledge that God had indeed fulfilled his promise to give them this land. What a holy meeting place. And that's so cool. That same tree, this same place, was the marker of the beginning of a covenant and the completion of that same covenant. And Joshua sets up a large stone there as a witness, as a reminder to the Israelites, almost like a souvenir, right, of what they were promised. and what they have promised back to the Lord their God. So that souvenir, that rock, will remind them that they've declared, they've chosen that day whom they will serve. The souvenir rock, right? So here's the thing. As the Israelites have invaded the promised land, the Lord has cleared the path for them. And in significant places, the nation left testimony rocks, right? Memorials or souvenirs to remind themselves of who they are and of whom they've chosen. So with the setting up of this rock, there are now 7 reminder memorials. In Joshua, I'm not going to say look them up right now, but maybe when you get a chance, go check these out. It's pretty cool. Joshua 4:20, Joshua 7:26, Joshua 8:29, Joshua 8:32, Joshua 10:27, Joshua 22:27, and this final one, Joshua 24:26. 7, the number of completion. The work is done. It is finished. And here's the thing. The Lord cleared the territory for his people, right? It was the Lord, our God himself, who brought us and our fathers up out of Egypt from that land of slavery and performed those great signs before our eyes. He protected us on our entire journey and among all the nations through which we traveled. And the Lord drove out before us all the nations. It's Joshua 24:17 and 18. So they could say, it is finished because of the Lord their God, right? Jesus significantly said, and we know this, it is finished. It's one of the most familiar phrases that we know because it's such a significant part of the story of the cross. So he said, it is finished on the cross in John chapter 19, verse 30, when he waged war on sin and the enemy who brought it. Jesus fought and he won, and in the process, he went before us and delivered us from our own place of slavery to sin once and for all. We are free from the bondage of slavery because Jesus finished the battle in our place. So we come to the point. At this moment in time, if you are on a crossroads trying to choose a direction, look at the example set by Joshua, the strong leader, right? Both of his family and of the nation of Israel. He said, but as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. So set up your testimony rock, your souvenir of your choice, so that when the hard times roll in, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, hard times are going to roll in, right? If you follow the Lord, they will roll in. You remember the day that you met the one who finished the work already, and choose him again, and choose him again, and choose him again. Every day, choose him. Every time that the enemy lays a crossroads at your feet, check your souvenir rock and choose to serve the Lord who goes before you. Hope that helps you today, challenges you today. Sure has challenged me this morning. I'll see you tomorrow.